My name's Aaron Butler. I'll be your host of Real Careers, Real Journeys. Let's get started. Your career journey probably won't look like anyone else's, and that's exactly what makes it yours. Welcome to Tallo Real Careers, Real Journeys, where we explore the twists and turns that lead people to where they are today. I'm excited to introduce Connor Collins and hear about the path from student to a career as a marine biologist. Connor, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Aaron.
So, I would like you to tell us about yourself and describe your current professional role because I think you have one of the most fascinating roles out there.
Right now, I work and am currently a student at Roger Williams University. So I am a marine biologist, but the marine biologist as a role is very diverse. So what I specifically do is I'm a lab technician for the Aquatic Diagnostics Laboratory. People working shellfish or oyster farms will send in their product and we'll diagnose it and we'll keep their oysters healthy. So that's kind of my job. I have a lot of hobbies. Number one thing, I like to travel. I'm actually from Oklahoma. Getting to come up here to Rhode Island is a great thing. I'm really happy I got to do. I play guitar, um, tons of sports. I just love being active, and overall, I just love trying new things. So,
That's awesome. Out of the three sports you listed, rugby, tennis, and jujitsu, which one have you been practicing the longest?
I've been practicing tennis the longest. The rugby and jujitsu are new things. I played college tennis for 4 years now, and I just started playing college rugby this year. So that's a new thing.
That
Yeah.
is so cool. And I wanted to ask, where are you currently in your career and what does a typical day look like for you?
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, I am both a student and I also work at the school. So, my daily schedule is a mix of, well, headed into the lab and mixing that up with classes. So, right now, I'm working on a project that's looking at a larval oyster behavior when it's exposed to a toxic algal bloom that can wipe them out really. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. And then I'm mixing that with your regular college classes. I'm taking aquatic animal health, aquarium system design, and some others. Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. I'm really interested in marine biology, so I'm probably going to have some really nerdy questions coming up. So don't be shocked. And also, I'm sure the people are going to have some very interesting questions for you as well. And I wanted to ask how you chose this career path in marine biology.
One thing, I think I mentioned earlier that I'm from Oklahoma. I'm from that landlocked state, and the ocean was just so far away. I didn't get the chance to see it all that often, so it was all the more fascinating to me. And I really just kind of resonated with that, wanted to go on a big adventure. And marine biology definitely took me on that adventure for sure.
I want to ask, what education or training did you need for your career? Because you're already in it as you're in school, which is a very unique part of your story. And is there anything you wish you had done differently?
I'll say what got me started, and this is good for, I believe, into a bunch of middle school kids right now. This will be good for you guys. But in high school, I went to this place called the Island School. Now, the Island School is a experiential learning school that you can do in the summer. It's in the Bahamas, actually. If you go, you'll learn things about marine ecology, sustainability, and all sorts of cool things. They got scuba certified there, so that's a good thing to have on your resume. And what I think is so great about it is that it gets young kids interested in marine biology. So if you've been liking what you've been hearing today, I definitely recommend checking the island school out. They love taking kids from the middle of the country like me. So you guys definitely have a good chance. Since you guys are a little young, this is more further down the line. But I also looked for a lot of internships and research experiences in labs that really got me going.
That's a very interesting differentiator and where
Yeah,
you're at in your career. That's very cool. Thank you for sharing that.
yeah. Yeah, and yeah, definitely. In this field, you're gonna want to do more than just take classes. Research experience in labs or in the field that'll get you the spots that you want. So,
Thank you for sharing that.
yeah.
So I wanted to ask, what skills or personal qualities have been most important to success as a marine biologist?
Honestly, there's a lot of these qualities here that I are important to marine biology. I think the most would be the investigative. You need to be curious. You need to have a passion for this sort of thing, and you want to ask questions. Realistic and conventional, obviously, these are very research oriented personality traits. But one thing that you may not think of is you want to be really creative too, because sometimes you run into a problem and the solution, you need to think outside of the box for that solution. So I'd say probably those four are would be doing well in this field. Yeah,
I'm glad you shared that with us.
yeah, for sure.
So, everyone's major question about any career is how much money am I going to be making? Based on Tallo's Career Navigator, the median US salary for a field biologist is around $77,000. But you have to note that your pay can be higher or lower based on your education, experience, and industry. So, what are some of the opportunities that exist for growth and advancement in your current field?
There are some camps that colleges run for high school and middle school students, like marine biology summer camps. It's a little bit different than what I mentioned earlier with the island school. What these camps do is they introduce you to professors and researchers that work as marine biologists every day, and they show you a little bit of what that kind of life is like. And they give you some experience on the water, which is really good. So that's the main thing that I'd say for kids your age to do is, try and seek those opportunities out.
So, are there any specific certifications that help you to get started or stand out as a marine biologist?
I mentioned earlier getting scuba certified was huge. A lot of field research actually requires a scuba certification. What I do now currently doesn't, but that's neither here or there. But certifications like that, I'd say boat time, being on the water as much as possible. If you enjoy fishing, you can work on a fishing charter, get into like the commercial stuff like fish farms or the oyster farms. Just pay attention to how people work with the sea and try and get yourself involved even before you do any research.
So, I wanted to ask, how do you maintain work life balance in your profession? It's so interesting for you in particular because you're currently in school.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, it's definitely busy. People will think that they'll hear the words marine biology and think you're just hanging out with dolphins all day. That's that's not really the case. That'd be nice. Just going to the beach every day and looking at all the animals. There's a lot more to it than that. You've got to write papers, you've got to put in work. Most of you will have to put in work in the lab. So it's busy. I'll say that. And I have classes on top of that. But one thing that really helps me, keeps me going is all my hobbies that I mentioned. So I just love putting in a day of hard work and then being able to let loose on the rugby field a little bit. So it definitely helps me rest well at night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask because every career has a little bit of mystique and mystery behind it. What was your biggest misconception about being a marine biologist before you started working?
Well, that's a good question. I think I need to think about that a little bit. I guess,
So is it that Is it that point of people think I literally work with animals all day? Do you think that's the biggest misconception?
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say going into it, I didn't really know what to expect. I just knew that I wanted to explore this new environment that I wasn't really sure about. Also, I didn't really know how much writing and statistics I would be doing. I didn't realize that I'd need math skills as much as I do. So that was a pretty big misconception, I'd say.
So I think we may have answered our next question, but I'm still going to ask because maybe there's something new that we haven't explored. What's the most challenging part of your job and how do you handle it?
Statistics, it was hard at first, but then once you get some experience, you get used to it. I would say you have certain phases of a project where you're collecting samples, you're doing the statistics, and then you're writing the paper. That's typically how the line of work goes. So I would say probably honestly writing the paper because a lot of it's a lot of revision and repetitive motion. But the good thing about it is you actually have all the data and you have your answers. So there's no changing of that. But mainly it's just writing the paper and you're just thinking about the 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 field and getting out there and actually doing the research, but you're stuck inside and you're typing everything up. So honestly, that part, yeah. But it's so much worth it. It's definitely worth it.
I love the transparency and, telling kids like, hey, there's glamour to this job on in some levels, but there's also very challenging days. And to acknowledge that is very important because I think if somebody walks into a job thinking it's one thing all day and then they realize it's not, it almost demotivates them to want to do anything with it.
All right, yeah.
So I want to ask, where do you see the future? What do you think the future is for marine biology? What should kids be excited about for the coming years?
Before I answer that question, I'd just like to say that their path is going to be much different than mine, and it would be for anybody. Marine biology is like a huge field. So there's people like me who work in animal health, and then there's people who work with maybe animal behavior or they specify in a certain type of animal like jellyfish or sharks or whales, fish. There's parasitologists. There's just so many disciplines that you can research. So it changes a lot and it depends on the specific discipline that you would be interested in pursuing. I'll say this much though. There's more of an affinity for the smaller things like microbiology and parasitology right now than there is for the big attractive research like dolphins and whales because what I'm saying is basically everybody is already doing that research on the dolphins and the sea turtles and so there's a lot of really cool things that that get swept under the rug. That's where the discovery is, that's where you get in. Let's say if you still are interested in doing research on whales or dolphins, still go for it. Don't be discouraged. There's still a lot of things we don't know about the ecology and the behavior of those animals. So, don't be discouraged. But I'll tell you, the opportunity is going to be with the smaller things.
Very interesting to hear.
Mhm.
So, this one is a reflective question. So, if you could go back in time and talk to a young Connor, maybe around middle school or high school, what would you say to him?
I was in Oklahoma, like all you kids. So something I would tell him is to just get out in nature. It doesn't matter if the ocean is there or not. There's nature all around you, and the stuff that you're gonna see in Oklahoma can be just as fascinating as the stuff you see in the ocean. You just gotta know where to look, right? Yeah.
What a wonderful way to answer that question, actually. You just have to know where to look.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Connor, thank you for sharing your experiences and knowledge with us today. Hopefully, our Tallow talent picked up some insights that surprised or sparked something new. To the students who joined us today, if you have any more questions about this career, you can go to tallow.com and explore more biologist and science careers. Everyone's path is going to be different, but that's what makes it yours. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and remember, there's no single right way to build a career. We'll be back next time with another completely different story from a totally different field, because the more paths you see, the more possibilities you'll discover for yourself. Thank you so much, Connor.